Hi there, my name is Zale Tabakman, and I'm the president of Local Grown Salads and your host today. My plan is to share with you our passion about what we are doing and how we know it will change the world. My goal is to have you ask one question: how can I join in that change? The Local Grown Salads story begins in 2013 when, as a divorced father of two girls and three boys, I was responsible for feeding them about half the time. I was also running marathons, nothing too exciting. I was just happy to finish all that I ran. Between the kids and running, I became very conscious about food and nutrition. The food puzzle received the last pieces with two clients I was working with. The first made 3,000 sandwiches a day, and the second put nanobubbles into water. The sandwich client complained about all the substitutes they needed to make in the recipes when vegetables were not available. The nanobubble guys were telling me about adding the nanobubbles increased yields of plants by 30%. I was riding my bike around, thinking about the sandwich guy's problem and the nanobubble solution. I looked at the tops of buildings and asked myself a simple question. With real estate so expensive in Toronto, why are we not using rooftops to grow vegetables? But after doing the math, I realized that normal growing methods, there was no way to make money. But if we can increase the yield per foot, we can make some money. And with artificial light, we can grow buildings located in small towns that were cheap to buy. We focused on ready-to-eat salads when I realized with some simple processing, they are worth 5 to 10 times what raw vegetables are worth. That became real money. The business plan was born. Let's talk a bit about vision. My business heroes are the Gilded Age entrepreneurs that achieved from 1860 to 1920. People like Edison, Tesla, Westinghouse, Eastman, Rockefeller, Carnegie, Ford, Firestone, the list goes on and on and on and on. They created something from nothing. They created brand new industries. They massively changed the social and economic times they lived in. Indoor vertical growing has the same potential. I mean, how hard could it be to grow vegetables inside under lights? After $1 million of R&D and a patent pending in the US and Canada, I know the answer. Now let's discuss how that answer can change the world. The vast majority of vegetables are grown in fields, using the same basic techniques that have been around for thousands of years. The first big innovation was tractors and automation in the late 1800s. The second big innovation was man-made fertilizers in the early 1900s. And since the Second World War, the latest innovation is pesticides like DDT. None of these innovations changed the process of 1. Clearing and planting the field, 2. Using the sun to feed the plants, and 3. Harvesting in the fall. Canada imports 85% of our vegetables from California and Mexico. Chicago, Detroit, New York, and Philadelphia does the same. When the rain doesn't fall in Spain, England has no salad. On average, vegetables travel 1,500 miles from the location they are harvested and where they are eaten. This is a worldwide phenomenon. People expect to buy any vegetable they want when they want it and not pay a lot for it. This has created an opportunity for us to do something on the scale of Edison lighting cities, Henry Ford putting a car in every driveway, and Bill Gates putting a computer in every home. Plants need fertilizers. So 15% of all natural gas in the world is burned to make man-made fertilizers. Extra fertilizers end up in lakes and streams, causing algae bloom, which kills fish and plants. Plants need protection from insects. Insecticides kill the insects that frogs and birds eat. Plants need protection from weeds. Insect pesticides like Roundup kill weeds. Use Google to learn about the effect of Roundup on the environment. Field growing has two food safety issues. The first is E. coli, which grows inside mammals and comes out when birds and animals do their business in the irrigation water and on the vegetables we eat. The second is the residue of pesticides and insecticides that are absorbed in the vegetables that we eat. Let's have some fun with numbers. In the US, transportation is 29% of all greenhouse gases. 72% of those gases come from trucking. 30% of those come from agriculture. The bottom line, moving vegetables from where they're grown to where they're eaten puts a whooping big amount of CO2 in the air. This slide is the secret of the big profits. We sell our salads at the same price as those trucked across the country. However, our profit margin has increased because we don't have the trucking costs. There's a simple rule of thumb for vegetables. The better the taste, the greater the nutrition. So those beautiful tasteless strawberries from California are just empty calories. The priority for the supply chain is pretty vegetables that withstand transportation rather than taste and nutrition. The notion of eating well is a balance of a person's needs, pleasures, and values. While every individual is unique, values of sustainability, the circular economy, and the social impact of what a person purchases is becoming more and more pronounced. Good business looks at ESG, environmental issues, social issues, and the effect of governance on the company's impact. Local means many things to many people, but the most common acceptable definition is any food grown within an 8-hour drive. In the Northeast, local hits the weather wall from November to May. Organic is great, but animal manure increases E. coli risk and other natural fertilizers are expensive. And the plants still need protection from insects and weeds. Eating well is about superior taste from healthy ingredients. More and more people are eating plant-based foods, including, of course, raw plants. Our solution is simple. We grow where the people live. We remove the problems caused by fields. We remove the problems caused by moving food 1,500 miles. And we create a world where people eat well. We use the plant's natural ability to regenerate by regrowing from the same root system over and over again. We provide the plants exactly the amount of organic fertilizer they need. Nothing is wasted and nothing is disposed of in the environment. We build our facilities like a pharmaceutical lab. We gown and glove our people like doctors and nurses in an operating room. And like the doctors and nurses, we focus in on the health of our plants and the people who eat our plants. Like a forest, our facilities capture CO2 from the air and put out oxygen. Everything we use is a renewable resource. Every vegetable we grow makes the world a better place. We can grow the most interesting, exciting flavors 2 hours from your dinner table. Our arugula is amazing. One leaf and your mouth is filled with a fresh peppery flavor. Our salads are a meal in themselves. From seed to fertilizer, everything is organic. We do not use any pesticides. We do not use any insecticides. We do not use any fungicides. Our goal is to have a facility 2 hours from every person in the United States of America. Our salads are delicious, which means they are nutritious. You will love the taste and knowing that by eating them, you are making the world a better place. Thank you for your time today. Look for us at localgrownsalads.com.